Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Beyond the Banks Tennessee River Podcast, January 28th, 2025. It is a scorcher out there. It is 60 degrees and we're sweating. It's almost time for shorts weather. I'm with my co-host, Amberly McCullum.
Hello.
How are you doing today, Amberly?
I'm doing pretty fantastic. How about you, Topher?
I'm just happy that it's almost summer. I think we're going to have a really nice February and March, and maybe we can get our shorts out in April and roll up and get to work.
I'm done with the cold.
I love the cold. I'm not as anti-cold as my wife is. Like, I could stand it. Like, when it's 90% humidity and 102 degrees in July, like, I would not be opposed to a little bit of snow. Just, one day of snow. That's all I want.
It's true. We'll be complaining soon enough.
That's right. We'll be complaining like, where did the winter
'Tis
go?
life.
So we're going to talk about a couple of things, just briefly go over. We did promise at least one podcast a week, and we are starting to get the ball rolling on getting other guests and everything inside here. But this is like our first official, like, sitting down with the microphones, the headphones, and this is our podcast. So let's roll. Let's talk about the city meeting last night. You are, I don't want to say an outsider, but you're kind of new to city politics. You're not really engaged with that back home, but that was like probably your first city meeting?
Yes.
What did you think of it?
There was a lot of people, a really big turnout. I didn't think there was going to be that many people that showed up for a city meeting, but I guess that's why they moved it to the college, because they knew that the turnout was going to be rather large this time.
All I can say is the rumor mill was definitely on fire yesterday. It was almost like being on a major news channel and just getting text messages and phone calls and Facebook messages. Is like, it's gonna be a hot time in Clifton. You better get there.
Right.
So it didn't materialize the way everybody was thinking that it was going to materialize, and I'm thankful that it didn't. So I'm just glad to see that it was really a great board meeting last night. I thought it was tremendous.
Yeah, a lot of people asked some really good questions and gave a lot of information on stuff that was kind of hanging and in the midst and considered to not be looked at or worked on, but it turns out that there were underlying factors that we didn't know about.
Yeah, I don't know from a procedural standpoint if the meeting flowed like according to how it's supposed to go in a procedure sort of way, but I liked the newest board member, Dwight Gator Thompson. I love the way that he took the time when there was a question from the room about, why is this important? What's going on with the sewer? And at first that question was just kind of, well, here's an answer. But then he brought it back and said, you know what, let me go ahead and let me spend a little bit of time just kind of in that education mode. And that's priceless. Anytime somebody with knowledge, and I know nothing about water and sewer, that's not my wheelhouse. I don't, you could teach me that all day, and maybe I'll get it. Maybe I won't. I don't know. But he had such knowledge and a depth of knowledge that he was able to spend time and go into detail. And I really love that. And I think that's important for politicians or for city managers to spend that level of care with their constituents.
Yeah, I also thought it was really cool how when some of the citizens were asking questions and questioning his wording on some of the things that he had promised when he got elected, and he sat there and he took responsibility and held himself accountable for maybe not wording things correctly or executing it the way that he should have up front. And I thought that was really cool that he openly took responsibility, no problem, and said that he was going to start making progress, or hopefully we will start seeing changes. So
yeah. The key to a good leader is being able to listen, being flexible, and being adaptable to change. And I thought it was great that the commissioners really took the feedback from the residents thought about it. They talked about it. Doug Kibbe, came in with, his understanding of what was going on with the water rates. And I appreciate especially when the former mayor stood up and talked about it. I appreciate their willingness to let Doug go back and kind of put together a proposal or an ordinance so that they can review it again. I think it's an error for people to take a hardline stance and saying, this is the way that it's going to be, and this is it's my way or the highway. So I appreciate the commissioners and their willingness to look at it again, just to make sure that they're getting it right for their constituents.
Right.
Anything else stand out to you? There was a lot talked about besides the water rates.
There was, like bringing back the Horseshoe River Bend Festival, which I've never been a part of because I am newer to the town. So that would be interesting for me because since I've been here, I don't think we had it, and it was at the marina. Is that right?
No. It was on Main Street.
Okay.
It was on Main Street. So
I'm thinking of a different festival then. So that just tells you how new I am to the city because I've never seen it.
And don't quote me on this, but I believe that it stopped maybe 2019 or thereabouts. And then COVID just kind of, COVID killed off a lot of things. But that's funny because the building that we own that we're actually in right now, the landing, the reason why Stacy and I were so excited to purchase this building is because the previous owner told us stories about, the Riverbend Festival. And he's like, yeah, me and my friends would be up here and be all day and it'd be so much fun. I was like, yeah, I want to have that building. Like, I want to be up there having fun. Like, let's do it. And then to find out that, it had been canceled, that was a real bummer. So now it's like, well, yeah, anyway, it was a real bummer. So I'm excited that they're thinking about it. And it is expensive, though, the way that we're talking about. You've got all these things to consider. You've got the musicians, you've got the staging, you've got security, you've got the insurance that you have to carry. And I forget what number Tommy Martin threw out there. Do you remember how much they said the Perry County one costed?
Oh, what was it? 75,000?
It was between 50 and 75
for entertainment only, I think he said.
Mm-hmm. But they were lucky enough to kind of get like an angel donor who gave them, a certain amount of money, so that they could put it towards it. And that's the difficulty. Like, you have to have a strong turnout. I would think that you would make that into, I don't know, maybe a 2-day event. And then you would bring vendors, from far and wide. I'm sure vendors would show up for a 2-day music festival. You can get a lot of great vendors there, and, they could pay a fee to set up, and, they're going to have a lot of foot traffic and they'll make money as well. So there's a lot of things to look at from that perspective. At the marina, we do a lot of bands, we do a lot of entertainment. So we kind of understand like how it works, and, the entertainers will come, they'll set up, they've got all their equipment. And I don't know if the city went out and bought its own equipment and had its own equipment, there is the possibility that it would be cheaper for bands to come out. So that's a thought as well, because I know that when I'm negotiating with bands, sometimes they'll give me a break if they don't have to carry their own, equipment down there. But unfortunately, the marina, we don't own any equipment. So, yeah, we're kind of stuck and limited there.
Yeah, and it would be cool to mix in like local entertainment also. Have like a couple big people, but have a lot of local entertainment mixed in too, or pull some of those bands out of Nashville that are really good.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of, not top tier bands, but there's a lot of up and coming bands that are out there as well that have good pull in Nashville or Memphis, and getting them to be a part of it would be an absolute win for the community too. And plus, there are lots of local bands. There are a lot of local bands that are looking to break through, and giving them that opportunity and visibility to play in front of their hometown. And, yeah, that's another thing that's going to draw out their friends and family to come on out and see it. So
And we have a lot of really good local bands.
Yeah,
like,
we do.
They're not
We have
just mediocre. They're pretty freaking good.
yeah, they are really good and super talented. So exciting to see what can come of that. And, if the city, or the Rotary Club needs anything, hopefully they won't hesitate to reach out.
Right. We could definitely help, at least with booking entertainment. That's for sure.
And, segueing from the Horseshoe River Band Festival to Main Street, our Main Street director, Shawnee Iacono, says that she's got a lot of stuff booked from April to September. So hopefully we'll find out soon what that is. Maybe we'll have her come on the show. Shawnee, if you're out there, you're more than welcome to hop on with us to discuss what's going on.
Yeah, I'm curious to know what we're going to have too. Tara always likes to get out and walk the town and look and see all the stuff that's going on around here. So we always like when there's something happening.
Mm-hmm. And just to remind everybody, the purpose of this podcast really just about having conversations, learning, like we just went through this exercise with the water and learning about that. And it's in no way meant to be detrimental. It's about bringing awareness to the communities, not just Clifton, but, like we said, we're going to be doing, a lot on the surrounding communities too, getting out there and interviewing other people. And, I am talking to, other people in other towns about getting on the podcast, doing interviews. It's great. It's great for the community. Like we saw last night, there was so much more understanding and a lot of aha moments that really connected the dots. And, that's what we want to do. We want to connect the dots.
Christopher, let's answer a question that everybody's been wondering and asking. When is the marina opening back up?
All right. Well, it's been super cold this winter. And that makes it really difficult for our cooks back there in the kitchen because they're braving sub-zero temperatures. That's what they tell me. We have heaters out in the bar in the restaurant, so maybe we're a little spoiled out there. So it looks like definitely March 1st for absolute first day that we're going to be open. Maybe a couple of days before that. But definitely March 1st, the marina will be open, and then we'll be doing, kind of a short week as we ramp up towards the summer, and then we'll be absolutely crushing it. We're excited for the new season. This will be our, our 6th year, 7th year?
6th, I believe.
6th, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we're excited. We've been reaching out. Oh, there's another thing that we're doing. You are reaching out to the other marina owners so that we can do a table, Q&A and just talk about the challenges of the business and the rewards and getting a little bit more insight of what it takes to actually run a marina. And then still filling out entertainment, still booking. I think I've got all my bands set. So it's really about the solo artists right now. I've got a long list that I have to get to and get everybody in. I'm super excited too. We've actually purchased the rights to an original song that we're going to use as our official Beyond the Banks Tennessee River song, and I can't wait to.
Exciting!
I know, I can't wait to get that out there. And yes. What was your other question? Sorry, we were talking about.
Oh, I just asked when the marina was opening, but I'm really excited to see what entertainment we're going to have this year.
I've been working on getting some new bands in.
I know. I've heard
some new bands.
I'm excited.
And some new solo artists as well that could turn into new bands. I have a really good booking agent that I've been working with that gets a lot of people like in the Nashville area or Memphis area, and just kind of a different vein of music. So, obviously we're going to do, country, Southern rock, hard rock. Oh, we've got Steel Six actually is going to be coming to play sometime in March. I think the last Saturday in March. So Steel Six, we're going to have that 80s, 90s rock band going on, and they love to bring it. So super excited. We're going to have really great entertainment. We're going to be bringing a lot more solo songwriters in that can do covers, and they have original music too, because I really want to promote people with, original music. I think that's really important. And you never know, we've had Bailey Zimmerman show up to the marina before. Maybe one of these singer songwriters will be the next Bailey Zimmerman or Carrie Underwood, and that's super exciting. We can just say, hey, we knew them when they were a young struggling person that only cost us X amount as opposed to $10,000 a session. So we're gonna have a lot of fun. Make sure everybody comes out, enjoy the music with us. Again, the marina never charges a cover charge, so
Summer 2025.
Summer 2025.
It's going down.
Me and Amberly behind the bar, and we're just gonna have a really good time. And what else? Do we have anything else? Let's talk about your workout regimen. You look like you dressed for working out today. Did you run
those stairs was hard.
Yeah, did you run a mile today? I think you were talking about running a mile.
Yeah, probably throughout walking my apartment and picking up little scraps of paper that the cat has torn up and shredded. I probably walked a mile doing that, but no, it has been too chilly for me to get outside yet.
That's excuses, and we're gonna give those excuses in Jesus' name.
I'm gonna walk it off this summer when I'm.
That's right.
That's why I'm taking care of all of our wonderful customers.
I keep saying I'm gonna walk it off too, and it's not working.
We'll sweat it off or walk it off, one of the two.
I need a more aggressive walk it off plan. It just needs to run. All right. Well, that was it, I guess, for this week's edition of the podcast. If you want to be on the podcast, if you have a business you want to feature, you're part of the river towns or whatnot, message us at the Beyond the Banks Facebook page and just let us know what kind of a business you have. And we're definitely going to be coming around, and we're going to start scheduling now that we've got our podcast equipment, I think, successfully installed. I'm super excited, and let's have fun with this. Let's see where it goes.
I'm excited to start doing some traveling up and down the river.
That's right. So on behalf of Christopher Huntingford and
Amberly McCollum.
Oh, wait a minute. You're this way.
Oh, hey.
You're on my right in real life, but you're on my left on the Amberly. There you go.
Christopher.
You, yeah, me, yeah. All right. You all have a wonderful day, and we will see you soon beyond the banks.